Good evening, Seneca Valley, rising 10th through 12th graders. My name is Mr. Yarmus. I am the resource counselor at Seneca Valley High School, and I am thrilled and delighted to welcome you. Appreciate you joining us tonight on this busy night for your families, but we know how important planning for the upcoming school year is to you, as it is to us. So thanks for taking your time to join us tonight. We have an outstanding assemblage of Seneca Valley staff here to welcome you and speak with you tonight. A lot of information. So I hope you're ready. You got your glass of water nearby and are ready for a fun-filled hour of information about registration. So a quick glance. Many of you are our current students. We might have some brand new Seneca Valley Screaming Eagles here with us tonight. We might have some students joining us who are going to be here next year. So we welcome all of you. Those of you that already are walking these halls of the largest public school in the state of Maryland. Or if you haven't been here yet, we can't wait to welcome you in these beautiful halls. Classes of 2023, 24, 25, and the class of 26 who we just met with. Tonight, the objectives are to quickly meet our Seneca Valley counseling team and a few select staff from Seneca Valley who are here tonight. We're going to go through graduation requirements and the processes and procedures for how you will register for classes this coming year. We're going to hear about the very special programs we have at Seneca, help you plan for registration. And lastly, you'll have the opportunity to join elective teachers in their own Zoom rooms who are here tonight to give you more information about the wonderful course offerings that they have. Before we get into all of that, I'm going to turn the mic over for a minute to our principal, Dr. Cohen, who has a few words of introduction.
Evening, everybody. Mark Cohen here, very grateful to have you all joining us tonight. Thankful especially to Mr. Yarmus and to Ms. Ramadi and to our counseling services team and other presenters for giving their evening to a really outstanding presentation. This is our first time doing this on this scale, and the material that they've put together for you, I believe, is going to make this year's registration process significantly easier, and it's going to help you as parents feel much more informed about the options that your kids have available to them. I will tell you that this first semester of the school year has been a very long decade. At least it's felt that way. But one of the things that's always astounded me, that I've always found to be remarkable is that regardless of the circumstances, school keeps on going. And that's what we're doing. We are putting one foot in front of the other. We are wrapping up the first semester. We are excited about welcoming the second semester. And tonight, we're really excited to introduce to you the registration process for next school year. We've got a lot of wonderful opportunities for you and for your kids. Seneca Valley, as you know, is a wall-to-wall IB school. So hopefully many of your students are really interested tonight in learning about the IB program. We have career-related programs that allow your students to graduate from high school, not just with a high school diploma, but also with industry credentials that will make them more marketable for college and or career when they leave us. We've got the ROTC program, which guides our students in the development of them as leaders and good citizens in our community. And we've got tremendous opportunities for our students curricularly and extracurricularly so that their high school experience is both informative, educational, and most importantly, I think, a lot of fun. Tonight, you're going to get a chance also to meet your kids' counselors. We have to acknowledge that over the last couple of years, our counseling services department has gone through tremendous transition. I am happy to tell you that we have the best counseling department we have had in all of my 12 and a half years at Seneca Valley, sitting in front of you right now. We have assembled a great team. They are here and committed to your kids, and I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to say to you tonight. And more importantly, I'm looking forward to seeing the interactions that they and our entire staff have with your kids in the next several years. Ian, back to you.
Thanks, Dr. Cohen, for that beautiful introduction, and appreciate your words. As Dr. Cohen mentioned, the team that we have assembled here in our counseling services department is absolutely amazing. We are a diverse and dynamic bunch. I am honestly thrilled when I come to work every day to work with these people. They love working with students and families, and we are eager and excited to assist you not only through the registration process, but through all aspects of high school and making your high school experience as wonderful as it should be. I'm going to allow the counselors to introduce themselves in order of their photos on the screen. So we'll start with Ms. Fellows.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mrs. Fellows. I've been here this is my 10th year at Seneca Valley, and I'm the SSL coordinator as well. And it's so wonderful to see how many people are on this call, and we look forward to presenting.
Hi, everyone. I am Mr. Grinley, one of the newer people to the team here at Seneca Valley High School. I'm also the AXO liaison.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mr. Martinez. I'm one of the new counselors here at Seneca Valley.
Good evening, everyone. Mr. John Matthews here, one of the counselors here at Seneca, and I'm also the AP coordinator.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mrs. Natalie Ritchie. I'm one of the counselors here. I am also the SSD coordinator, and that's for the services for students with disabilities for students who have 504s.
Hi, thanks so much for coming out. I'm Tatiana Teixeira, one of the other counselors at Seneca Valley. Welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Watson. I'm another new counselor here to support you at Seneca Valley.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Fless, and I have been in the county for 13 years, but it's my first year at Seneca Valley. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you all for coming out.
And hi again, everyone. I am Mr. Yarmus. This is my 6th year at Seneca Valley. My first year as the resource counselor here. I'm also the SAT coordinator and the dual enrollment coordinator. And again, this team really rocks, and we are thrilled to work with you and your students this year. I want to quickly introduce you to some of the other faces that make the counseling services team work. Ms. Parrish, our counseling secretary, she's the face of counseling when you walk in the office. Ms. McCabe is the registrar. Mr. Nalda is our fantastic college and career information coordinator. Those of you that are rising seniors will certainly be working with Mr. Nalda in the College Career Center. Ms. Buchholz is our school psychologist. Ms. Way is our ESOL transition counselor. Ms. Santos is our ESOL parent community coordinator. Ms. Murray is our people personnel worker. And Ms. Fleming-Mensa is our ACES academic coach. So we are all here to support you in a myriad of ways. You've already met Dr. Cohen, but I want to introduce to you our other amazing administrators, truly a fantastic bunch of people and administrators who are here for you every day. Ms. Crawford, Dr. Kim, Ms. Ramadi, Ms. Wanzer, and Ms. Riddick, who is our school business administrator. A fantastic team of administrators. And with those introductions out of the way, we're going to dive into the heart of the presentation. And it starts and sort of ends with our brand new registration website. This is a compendium of information and resources to help guide you through every aspect of registration. We know that registration can be complex and daunting sometimes. There's a lot of information, a lot of choices you have to make. To me, it's one of the things that makes this time of year so exciting and thrilling at a school like Seneca Valley. There are so many wonderful options. Sometimes all those options make things a little challenging for you, but we're here to help you navigate those options and make good choices. Because the choices you make now will help you on a path towards a successful future. Everything you need to know about registration is compiled in our website. I'll show you in a second how to get there. There's a couple of ways to get there. But if you were to zone out and fall asleep in the middle of our presentation tonight, I hope you don't. But if you do, everything you need to know, eventually a recording of this presentation, the slides from this presentation are already posted on the website, in addition to loads of other resources are all there. Where do you find it? Just go to Seneca Valley's main page, go to the Seneca Valley website, and in the top right, you'll see a tab that says 2022-23 registration. Click there and it'll bring you to the registration website. What are you going to see when you get to the new registration website? Well, you'll find, perhaps for many of you, the most important thing, which is how to register. I'll talk about that in a second. There are 2 options for how to register this year. You'll find our brand new course bulletin. You'll find in-depth course descriptions and slideshows and videos that tell you about all of the different course offerings we have. You'll find links to MCPS's graduation requirements. You'll find comprehensive information about our wonderful IB programs, our AP classes, our career programs, our dual enrollment program. Anything and more that you want to know is available to you at the registration website. So you're here because you're curious about registration. So how do we do it? Well, this year, being in this world of virtual and in-person and back and forth, we thought it wise to have kind of two ways to register. We have an old-fashioned paper version. Students, you will receive this on Thursday through your advisory class. Your advisory teacher will hand you a color-coded registration card. I'll talk more about it in a second. And that is one way. You can bring that card home, spend some time looking at it, holding it, turning it over, talking about it with your parents, and bringing it back to your counselor eventually when you have your individual meeting. Or if you don't like paper anymore and you just like doing things on your phone, we've got that for you as well. You can use the brand new Google registration form, which is essentially a digital version of the paper registration card. Whichever method you choose, we ask that you choose one and do it well. That's the key to making this whole thing work, is you taking time with this process, being mindful and thoughtful as you go through it, and doing good work when you complete your registration card or your online registration. So breaking it down a little bit more about the two methods. First is the paper registration card. Again, you'll receive this on Thursday. Please fill it in carefully, neatly, slowly. Don't rush. I have a son who's in 10th grade, and he brought home his registration card, and he was so eager to just start like checking boxes. And I had to remind him, just slow down, kid, slow down and take your time. And that's one of the themes that I would like to get through with you all tonight with this process, is to relax, enjoy the process. Don't stress about it. Your counselors are here to help you, to assist you. Parents, that goes for you as well. Counselors want to answer your questions, want you to feel comfortable with the choices that your child is making. So don't hesitate to reach out to us with questions, concerns. We're here to help this process along. Speaking of parents, don't forget, parents, if your child is doing the paper version, to sign it with your approval. As you're completing your card, pay attention to graduation requirements, prerequisites. We're going to talk about all that in a few minutes. Be mindful of how many classes you're choosing. There are 7 periods, academic periods in a day. So choose enough classes that you fill those 7 periods, but you're going to choose some alternative selections, but don't go beyond. Use a pencil until you make your final choice. And as I just said, contact your counselor if you have questions. Same rules apply with the Google form. Be careful, take your time, read instructions, choose the correct number of classes. Don't panic. If you advance to the next screen and then you say, oh no, I didn't need to choose that, you can go back, you can change it. So take your time, be careful, but don't freak out. If you're unsure about something, you are going to go over all of your choices with your counselor. So that's the next part, is after you've completed your paper card or your Google form, starting on January 27th, that's in about a week, you will meet with your counselor individually through your English classes to review, revise your registration decisions. Either way, please have your paper card or Google form submitted by January 27th. If you're using the paper version, you will just keep it with you until you meet with your counselor. So don't turn it in to a teacher, just keep it on you until you are meeting with your counselor. Okay, enough out of me. I'm going to turn this next segment over to Miss Fellows.
Hi, everyone. So it's Miss Fellows here again. And like Mr. Yarmus said, and a way to keep yourselves calm and positive through this process is to use your resources. So everything in this presentation will be available to you where you can click on links and so forth. So this is a sample student planner, and as you all get to the next grade, you can see a 4-year filled out planner to refer to figure out what choices you have, because we know you have to fit all those credits, which we'll go over in the 4 years. So this is a really great example of the choices you can make along the way. And then next, you guys have seen this, a lot of you, the planning worksheet. We will be working with you on your 4-year plans, but as you've already, a lot of you have already done a lot of this, but you can list out everything for that you want to take for the 4 years. This worksheet per se is attached to this presentation. If you want to do it that way, you can do it on paper and use this if it will help you. Some people like to see the whole thing written out like this. Other people will like to do the computer version that we do with you, but whatever you want to do, you can figure it out. We can plan it out, and we are there to help. Another great feature is on Synergy. You can go to, sorry, the course history, I had to make sure I was reading it right. And you can see every single graduation requirement and how far along you are. So you can see down here, the algebra requirement, the green is all the way across. That means you completed algebra and you passed it. Because remember, to get the credit, it's not just to take the class, it's to actually pass it. So that's right there on Student View for you. And if you have questions about that, you thought you passed something or you were unsure, we are here to help you with that. You can keep track of that in every single requirement, as well as all the testing requirements. And this wonderful feature over here with the arrow is that you can slide that over to green, and you can see how many SSL hours you have, and also your course history that you're seeing above. So it's really a great feature. Your status is always available to you. And I love seeing all the students coming in and being able to access so many things from their phone, and we communicate so well with that. So great job with there. And very, very exciting addition to this registration process is our Seneca Valley Course Bulletin. So there is a course bulletin, and you can click right on it here, and you can see all of the courses held here at Seneca Valley, which is separate from the county bulletin, because you can actually see every single thing we offer, all our programs, all our different subject areas. It's super exciting that we have that, and you can see all of that, as well as always referring to that big Montgomery County course bulletin, not to be confused with the Seneca Valley one, because we do not offer every single thing in there. That goes out to the entire county. So just keep that in mind, but it does have some more descriptions in there that you can refer to for specific courses if you'd like, which is always nice to have. And then what's really, really exciting on this registration website, and I'm just so thrilled right now because this is my 10th year to see this, to have it listed so clearly by department. You can see every single course, and then you can also see the sequence, which is just phenomenal when you can go, because every student's different. Everybody takes, of course, they'll take their certain requirements in the beginning, like the algebra geometry, but we start branching off, and you can see which path you're going to go down, and it becomes very clear on this website, which you'll see. So exciting. And all of this is at your fingertips, so you don't have to remember anything I'm saying, because you can refer to it. Okay, thank you. Then your teacher will have input, and when you go on your course requests in your student view, you will see your teacher input, which is always important to see where they are seeing you and how you fit into this picture. So it's a beautiful thing. This is so, so clear. This is going to be your best registration year yet. I'm really excited for everybody. And now I think it's Miss Ritchie.
Hi, I'm Ms. Ritchie. I'm going to review the graduation requirements with all of you. This is something that we're going to do every single year that you're in high school, just to jog that memory so that you know what is expected of you. So graduation requirements have not changed for you guys. You need 22 credits to graduate and earn a Maryland State diploma. You also need to earn 75 service learning hours. and take and pass the state testing requirements: English, algebra, government, and science. The grade-specific graduation requirements can be found on the MCPS Graduation Requirements Guide. We have an example here of the class of 2024, but you can find each grade level if you click on the link. So just to break down the requirements in each subject area for you. English, you will need to take 4 credits. That is a credit every single year that you are in high school. In math, you will have to take 4 credits in high school. 1 credit must be in algebra and 1 credit must be in geometry. And then you can keep moving on according to what is appropriate. Social studies, we're very specific here. You have to have 3 credits. 1 has to be in US history, 1 has to be in national, state, and local government. And then the final credit needs to be in modern world history or IB history. Science, 3 credits, and I'll review that in a moment. Fine arts, 1 credit. It can be in art, music, or theater. Physical education, 1 credit. Health, half a credit if you're in grades 10, 11, and 12. Technology, 1 credit. And world language, 2 credits with 2.5 electives or a program of study. Other requirements, don't forget about these. Student service learning hours, you're required to complete 75 student service learning hours. You are also required to complete the Maryland Comprehensive Assessment Programs in the following. You must pass Algebra 1 assessment. You must take the high school MISA, which is the Maryland Integrated Science Assessment. This assessment covers topics in biology, chemistry, and physics. You must pass the English 10 assessment, and you must pass the NSL, National, State, and Local Government Assessment. So new graduation requirements. This does not impact those of you who are in grades 10, 11, and 12. But for our 9th graders, they will have to take 1 full credit of health. But for our students, for all of our students, I wanted to remind you about the 3 next generation science standards, which is NGSS credits. This will include 1 life science credit aligned to the Life Science Maryland Integrated Science Assessment, 1 physical science, and 1 credit in earth space science or an NGSS course with the topics of earth space science integrated into the curriculum. Grads requirements, here's the science change broken down a little bit more for you. As you can see, you have to take 1 credit in each category. 1 category is life sciences, biology A and biology B, which most of you have done as 9th graders. Physical science can be covered by chemistry A, chemistry B, physics A, physics B, astronomy A with physics, and astronomy with physics B. And then finally, in the final category, earth space science integrated, chemistry A and B, physics A and B, astronomy with physics A and B, AP environmental science A and B, IB environmental science A and B, and earth systems and sustainability A and B. But don't worry, we're going to work with you so that you meet these graduation requirements. Health changes, again, for the class of 2025, there is a new requirement. This requirement includes taking Health A and Health B, 1 full credit of health. At this time, we do not know if MCPS is planning to offer Health A or B in summer school or in an online program. So we wanted to just let you know the following. We recommend that you sign up for Part A first semester of your sophomore year. You must take Health A before you can take B. You may choose to take B at a later date in your 11th grade or 12th grade year. That is up to you. And then finally, grade promotion. How do you move up? By the end of 9th grade, in order to become a 10th grader, you need to have a total of 5 credits. Of those 5 credits, 1 must be in math, 1 must be in English, and 3 in other categories. In order to be promoted to 10th grade, you need 10 credits, 2 math, 2 English, 1 science, 1 social studies, and 4. And finally, promotion at the conclusion of 11th grade, 15 credits, 3 math, 3 English, 2 science, 2 social studies, and 8 in other credits.
Good evening. My name is Kim Beecraft, and I am the IB Middle Years Program Coordinator here at Seneca Valley. So in 9th and 10th grade, all of our students are part of our MYP or Middle Years Program, which is a type of IB program. And then in 11th and 12th grade, we offer the IB Diploma Program or the IPDP, so that's its acronym, or the IB Career Related Program or IBCP, which I'll talk about in just a moment. And we are a wall-to-wall school, which means that we offer a continuum of IB programs 9th through 12th grade, and we're very proud of that here at Seneca. So in 9th and 10th graders, so for my 10th graders here, they are in an MYP class. So we use MCPS curriculum, and MYP is a framework that our teachers apply on top of that curriculum from MCPS. And we are in the process of becoming an authorized MYP school. So we're putting in all of our paperwork in this summer, and hopefully we'll be fully authorized next year. So in progress of getting this program in place for our students. In 11th and 12th grade, the students have some options. So you can take individual IB courses, and we author a plethora of them. I'll show a slide in just a little bit with that. Or you can choose to be one of our IB programs. So we have the IB Diploma Program or the IB Career Related Program. So these are optional, but highly encouraged, and they look great for college and career readiness. So as I mentioned, 9th and 10th grade, all of our students are IB students at Seneca, and we're really proud to offer that experience for them. So there are no applications for any of our IB programs, but you are automatically in MYP as we align all of our 9th and 10th grade courses. And again, we're in that process, and we're working really diligently over the past 2 years to really bring this wall-to-wall IB experience to Seneca. So what does MYP mean? It means that all of our units are arranged by big ideas. We call them concepts, things like relationship and change that students can compare across subjects. So they're connecting what they're learning with bio, with art, and health. We also link to local and global issues. So the goal of taking what they're learning in the classroom and bringing it to the real world is really important. And so our goal is that we focus on content, but we also have a huge focus on skill development. And this is both socio-emotional skills and academic skills. So a big piece of the MYP is that we're explicitly integrating and practicing skills as part of our way of teaching concepts and content. We want deep critical thinking, again, connecting to the big ideas within disciplines and connecting disciplines. And then IB is an international program. So it is really respected in the United States, but it's also recognized across the world. And so that brings an intercultural understanding, international mindedness to our school and our curriculums. So if you're a 10th grader and you're preparing, you know in 11th to 12th that you want to go in the IB Diploma or IB Career Related Program. Take those honors classes, take the AP classes in 9th and 10th grade to get that rigor and that exposure to those college level courses. Take that approaches to learning. That is a class that is meant for students that are first time or just have a couple AP or IB courses and want the support. So it is a mix of skill development and then time to work and make sure that you're keeping up to date with all your courses. So commit to that rigor and challenge. Continue your world language. So if you're planning on the IB diploma, you must be in French or Spanish. And so continue those world language studies, and then make sure you map out your diploma requirements so that you know how you'll fit all the requirements as well as your IB program that you're interested in. So our IB diploma program is the premier college preparatory program recognized in the United States and around the world. And in the IBDP, you take 6 IB courses across all of the subjects. That's one of the reasons it's so highly recognized, is that nobody's good at everything. But if you do the IB diploma, you're really pushing yourself in math and English and history all across the board. And we offer some different levels within those. So we do customize that schedule to make sure we're maximizing your strength and supporting your areas of growth. So you take 6 IB courses. You take an IB core class in junior and senior year. It's called IB Theory of Knowledge. I actually teach the juniors for that class. And then we help you through that class write an extended essay research paper, which is 4,000 words, which sounds super scary. But we really scaffold and work you through all the academic research that you'll need in college. And then our IB career-related program, or IBCP, is a great way to meld the IB program with a career program. So you can do your career program, just to clarify, with the IB diploma, and I saw a question in the chat for that. So you can combine IB diploma with any of the career pathways, but you can also choose to do the IBCP, which is a little bit more flexible. You take at least 2 IB courses. Many kids take between 2 to 4 IB courses. You take your career pathway, so CCMA or whatever your career pathway is, Project Lead the Way. You take a core class called IB Personal Professional Skills. I teach the seniors for that class, and we work through professional, anything from interviewing skills, leadership skills, but we also do academic skills. So they do a research project. So it's kind of a wide variety of skills to really bring your career pathway into that core class. And so that's a great way to meld the two together. A few benefits, it looks great on a transcript. So IB courses in 11th and 12th grade, those, or the IBCP or the IBTP, really make you stand out in a college. When they're looking at the programs and they're looking at Seneca Valley and the hardest programs we have, those are our IB courses and our IBCP and DB. So we encourage all students to take at least one of those to get that exposure to college level rigor. You can earn college credit. Very similar to AP classes. It depends on the course, your score, and the college you're going to. Each college has its own college credit policies, and we're always happy to help you look up colleges and see what scores you need or what credits they would give you. But it gives you a great academic toolkit. There's a lot of focus on writing and academic skills in IB that make you really prepared for college level rigor or for career. And we have these, since there's no longer final exams, you do take IB exams, and they're a little unique where you take some of the exam throughout the year and then also exam in May. So it's a kind of a unique program that's very specific. This assessment is very specific and different for IB than other college prep classes. And if you guys have, here's some of our classes that you can take in 11th and 12th grade. We have a huge mix of classes. I did see a question about, can you take an AP class in IB Math? So if you're an IB Math analysis, you can take AB Calc your junior year, as well as then your senior year to take the IB Math exam. And so you can double up sometimes and get that IB on your transcript, but also get the AP score, which looks fantastic. And so there's a lot of great options. If you have questions, again, Ms. Beecraft, I do the 9th and 10th grade. If you are interested in 11th to 12th grade courses, so IB diploma program or career related program, that's Ms. Ozerski. And we have a website, I'll put it in the chat, and Mr. Yarmis has it linked to the registration page that has a lot of information about our IB programs that hopefully will help you out.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Beecraft. Again, I'm Ms. Teixeira, one of the counselors. So here is a sample schedule plan from 9th through 12th grade, and it kind of breaks it down by subject matter, what kind of points you need. So kind of knowing how to play the game is really important, right? How to get those points or credits. So that'll break it down for you. And we're going to kind of go through each department and grade level. So let's say you're a current 9th grader. So next year, this is a sample schedule you might have. You'll have your honors English 10 or perhaps on level. You'll have a math class that, again, your teachers are going to give some input on what they think, and then you're going to talk about it with your parents and counselors, and then that will be your next level of math. Social studies, we want to make sure that whichever one you took this year, you'll take the other one next year. So whether it's NSL government or US history, and then looking at that level. We have chemistry, health, again, whether you take it a full year or at least take the first semester, and then we can figure out later what you'll take second. World language, really important. You might take technology, or you might take PE or fine arts, depending again on what you took 9th grade. If you're in a career program or you're going to join one, which we'll be talking about, then that would take place of one of those other classes, okay? And then moving on to 11th grade, here's another sample. And this is kind of that other half of high school. I kind of think about it that way, because now you get to choose from the IB courses. Again, English might be English Lit or English Lang Lit. You can still do honors. whatever next level of math, your social studies. If you don't want to do honors modern world history, you can take IB history for a year, and then you might want to take it the second year, your senior year. We go on to physics or IB environmental science. World language, again, remembering that Spanish and French is where you want to stay for IB diploma or CP. But we can also do American Sign Language. And then you kind of get into all those electives of if you still need art or PE or whatnot, you might do those. And some of those might be at an IB level or taking from that list prior that Ms. Beecraft has shown with all those different IB electives. And again, if you're in a career program, you would just continue on that pathway and whichever class that would be for your junior year. And again, we help you plan this after you look carefully at your registration card or your Google form. And then 12th grade, senior year, exciting time, nervous time. You're applying to colleges, you're figuring out what you want to do. And again, everyone's journey is different throughout high school. So just kind of remembering that we go up, we go down, we change levels, we advance, we go back a little, we move. So we're all here to support you. And so 12th grade is kind of a neat time because many of you have a lot of space. And it's a common time where you'll have an internship, or you might be dual enrollment, which means you'll take a course from a professor from college, whether it's in our building in campus at Montgomery College or online. So lots of just different, experiences that are going to really help you once you graduate high school and move on to your next step. And again, making sure we finish all those requirements for high school. And then again, all of this is on the slide, but English, it kind of gives you a really nice graph or flow chart of what levels you would go to depending on where you are. So if you're a 10th grader, what are your options? Or if you're a junior, what are your options, and so forth. Social studies, again, I'm not going to read them all to you, but Ms. Ritchie had mentioned you do need the NSL, the modern world, and the US history, whichever level that would be. And it kind of gives you sorry, I gave you kind of just different ways of doing that. That's okay. We can move on to math, and math, woo, lots of different options, which is, I think, really cool. And again, just different levels of algebra, pre-calc. Depending on where you are, you can see all those cool arrows and kind of study that and see all the options. And again, your teachers are there to help explain what those are. Your counselors are here to support you, to ask those questions. IB World is there to help as well. So we're all here to support you in, what is the best math level for me for the following year. And then science. So if you're a 9th grader, you took your biology. If you were an ESOL, you might have taken physics first and then biology. And then what usually will happen, you'll take chemistry or physics or both. Some students actually like to take them at the same time so they can take more sciences or kind of finish science earlier. 11th grade and 12th grade, again, you get more IB choices of those classes. I know IB environmental science is a favorite one for many students as an elective. And then we go to world language, which is one of my passions, and I'm going to keep it short, but there are so many benefits. So I do want to remind you, and I know if you're my student, you've heard this 1,000 times, 2 credits, those are the points you need to graduate high school. You might have finished that in middle school already. But it's so wonderful to keep going. Colleges like to see at least 2 years in high school because it's, fresher. The more you do, the better. It also helps you whether you're going to, travel the world, job purposes, becoming, more bilingual. Some of you are already bilingual, but you want to strengthen that language. Just knowing another language, it really makes your brain work a little differently and opens that up. So it's language, it has to do with culture, right? So continuing on with world language is really important. Again, we have many, many levels of Spanish and French, and then American Sign Language, we have up to level 3 now. So really think about that when you're choosing all your classes on either the Google form or on the registration card.
Thank you, Tatiana. So I guess the next section is mine. My name is Darren Black. I am the resource teacher for career and technical education here at Seneca Valley, as well as the career programs coordinator. And I'm just going to briefly just review the programs that we have at Seneca Valley. As Mr. Yarmers had said, one of the graduation requirements in the state of Maryland is either 2 credits of a world language, which Ms. Teixeira was just talking about, or completing a program of study. We call them career completers. And on this page, you'll see that Seneca Valley has 10 programs with 16 different pathways to meet that program of study. Go ahead and go next page. And so the beautiful part about the way the county designed it, the way that Seneca Valley was built when we went to the new building, is that almost all the programs can be finished in either 2 or 3 years. So if a student started their freshman year and started a different pathway and he didn't like it, they could switch to another one and still complete it if they wanted to. The only exception to that is the project lead the way engineering. That has to be started the freshman year. That cannot be started the sophomore year or later. One more caveat I will say is that if your student is here as a part of the regional college and career programs, that you live outside the boundary, you cannot change your career completer program. The one that you were accepted for and the one that you accepted the invite for is the one that you have to complete all the way through. But anyone else that's a Seneca Valley High School boundary student can pick and choose their completer program and possibly complete it in 2 to 3 years if they have room in their schedule. So the next slides are just brief reviews of the course sequences, the highlights, the industry certifications that Dr. Cohen had referenced in the beginning that students could leave Seneca Valley for. And at the end of all of these brief descriptions of the programs is also the teacher contact list for each of those programs. These are the teachers that teach in the program. And if you had more in-depth questions about the curriculum, these would be the teachers to contact. I put their names there as well as their email addresses and the subject. So if you had a more detailed question, you can contact them, but questions in general, you'd be more than happy. You can call me or you can email me and I'd be more than happy to assist you.
All right. Hello, it's Ms. Martinez here again. So real quick, just to go over some of the IB classes that we do offer here at Seneca Valley. So obviously we have IB English, stats, application, calculus, biology, chemistry, physics. But obviously if you have any more questions or just want more information on these, feel free to just email one of the counselors, or you guys can come in during lunch anytime, just to ask questions about these classes. For AP classes, so we do have AP NSL, AP US History, Stats, AB Calculus, BC Calculus, Psychology, Computer Science, and Computer Science Java. So, and as Ms. Beecraft mentioned before, Approaches to Learning course is a great course for students who are taking an AP or IB class for the first time. There's great support with teachers and just to get that extra, supporting class. Some other electives that we have here at Seneca Valley. So the ones that are marked with an asterisk, those are just a 1 semester course. So African American history, literature, African American history, and some of our new ones like hip hop history and culture, and also personal finance are some of the new ones that we have available next year. PE, so obviously everybody needs 1 credit of PE. So we have foundations of PE, net sports, basketball, soccer. We also have weight training, PE fitness, dance, and we all need current freshmen, current 9th graders do need 1 full credit of health. So they need health A and then health B.
Hello, everyone. It's Ms. Watson again. Tonight, along with Ms. West, I'm going to briefly talk to you about the fine arts categories. In fine arts, it's just a umbrella term for 3 different categories. So the first category is music. Within music, we have the choral music classes. So this has things like chorus or chamber. Chamber does require you to audition. So if you have any questions about that, you can always reach out to Ms. Tessa Walker. As far as the general music classes that we offer courses in piano and guitar. So if you're really into piano or guitar and you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Mr. Mercado. We also have instrumental music classes. Those include things like concert orchestra, concert band, jazz ensemble, and advanced band and orchestra. So if you feel that that's a path that you would like to take and you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Mr. Stevens. We also, the second category is theater. Within that category is Theater 1, and that's just learning the basics. So if you really want to go far in theater, I really recommend taking this class where you would learn about playwriting, design, critiquing, and staging. The last one is musical theater. In this, you really learn how to sing, dance, and act, and you get to showcase your skills in school plays.
Greetings again. I am Mrs. West, and I'm going to review the third area under the umbrella of fine arts, which is virtual arts. I will briefly review the 7 courses that are offered for 9th to 12th graders and satisfy the fine arts credit. The first is Foundations of Art and Culture, a great class for a student that is interested in exploring drawing, painting, sculpting, and printmaking. It is one of our basic classes for art. The next is the 2D Studio Art 1. This class allows for observational drawing and consists of additional learning such as making collages and using the 2D studio media. The next class is Ceramics Sculpture 1. This class allows for students to explore 3-dimensional art making using ceramics, also using conventional and temporary sculpture media. The next class is Functional Fine Arts and Craft 1. Students will explore a variety of materials used to create fine arts and crafts. So if you like to make jewelry, things with your hands, this is a really neat class. The next one is Digital Art 1. This explores digital hardware and software platforms. So this one gets a little bit more detailed. We also have Photography 1. This is where if you have a nice computer at home, a nice camera at home and you don't know how to use it, you can learn some basic photography skills like operating camera, refining images, and printing photography of photos. The next class is Advanced Animation 2. So if you notice in the highlighted yellow area where there's an asterisk, there is no part 1 for this program. So all students can take this class, Advanced Animation 2. In this course, students will learn to use multiple techniques in exploring, planning, preparing, and making animations. And next, you will hear from Mr. Matthews.
All right, good evening. I'm going to be covering technology, well, part of the technology portion of the presentation. So every student needs 1 credit required for graduation. Student must take one of the following classes: Foundations of Technology, Intro to Engineering Design, or AP Computer Science Principles. We also have the dual enrollment program here at Seneca Valley. This is an opportunity to earn college credit in high school through dual enrollment. It's a partnership between MCPS and Montgomery College. College-ready high school students take college credits through Montgomery College, taught by our Montgomery College professors during the school year. College credit courses take place at Seneca Valley's campus, on the MC campus, or online virtually. Courses are available during the fall, winter, and spring terms, and courses are available to students in their junior and senior year. All right, so for seniors, we have a couple of different options here. We have internship, dual enrollment, and internship and dual enrollment capstones. For internships, interns work during the school day in a mentored, paid or unpaid position to participate in a bi-weekly seminar. Students work approximately 5 hours a week for every credit. Okay, prospective interns for 2022 through 23 should contact Ms. Skufka or your counselor. Her information is here on the screen. For dual enrollment, college-ready students who choose to take MC classes as a capstone experience for a career program should contact Mr. Yarmus, and his contact information is here.
Yeah, so here at Seneca Valley High School, I'm Mr. Grinley here again, by the way. We do have plenty of clubs and activities for our students. It's a great opportunity for students to get involved in the Seneca Valley community. So on your screen here, you see a list of several of the opportunities that we provide. We have a lot of different National Honor Society programs, We have the SGA, which is the Student Government Association, and several different NJROTC clubs and activities. We also offer athletic programs throughout the school year. So in the fall, which runs from August to November, there's several opportunities for students to participate in the sport. Winter sports go from November until February, and spring sports start in March and they go till about May and June. And then in order to be eligible to participate in extracurricular activities and sports, students do have to have a minimum of a 2.0 in their most recent quarter with no more than 1 E. So one way to kind of calculate that on your own here is for each of your classes, you determine the points for the grade that you received. So in that green box, you see A, B, C, D, and E. Each letter has a number that's assigned to it. So you'll add up the points for all of your classes, then you divide that total by the total number of classes that you have, and that's your average. So quick example, here at Seneca Valley, we have 7 classes. So if you got all B's in all of your classes, you would take 3. You would multiply that times your 7 classes, which would give you 21. And then you divide that 21 by 7, and that would give you 3.0. And then our ACES program. So if you are a 9th grader now or 10th grader, you can apply for our ACES program, which stands for Achieving Collegiate Excellence and Success. So students who are selected receive individual coaching. They receive preparation for college entrance exams. They also receive college and financial aid application support, leadership development opportunities. Students will also get career readiness training and skills. And then you will receive student success workshops, access to that. So the application for this program, the deadline is by the middle of January, so around this time every year for students. And tips for success. So we know that high school is an exciting time, but it's also a nervous time. So we wanted to just let all of our students know about some very important tips that they can implement in their lives. So the first one is sleep. So just making sure you're getting enough sleep at night. So 8 to 10 hours per night is a great recommendation. For your schedule, it's great to keep a paper calendar or use an app in your phone or use alarms in your phone to keep track of due dates and other things that you have to remember. It's important to get outside and be active. So even if it's just for a few minutes every day, it shows that you can improve your mood and thinking by being active. It's important to get extra help. So find out when your teachers or your tutors are available and take time to get the help that you need for your classes. So also talk to your teachers. If you don't understand something or if you're struggling, please reach out to your teachers and let them know so that they can provide that support for you. And then also reach out to your counselor. So get to know who your counselor is in the school building, set up times to meet with them and talk about what type of things that you want to do in high school and for your future.
Thanks, Mr. Grinley. And hi again, everybody. This is Mr. Yarmus here to wrap this evening up. I wanted to start by thanking our counseling team, Dr. Cohen, Ms. Ramadi, Ms. Beecraft, Mr. Black, all of the wonderful Seneca Valley staff that are dedicating their time to be here tonight. Also want to thank you, the students and families, for taking your time to learn about this registration process. We hope this has been a useful presentation for you. Again, I highly encourage everyone to visit our registration website. I know there are always many questions. I know there's lots of questions that have been in the Q&A. If you haven't gotten your question answered tonight, please email your counselor. Don't hesitate to do that. We want your questions to be answered and want you to feel like you're getting the answers you want. So, or the answers that you need. So please don't hesitate to reach out to your counselor. Just want to leave you with some parting dates. Again, on Thursday, students, you will receive registration cards through your advisory classes. Please work on those over the next week and plan to have those completed cards with you starting on January 27th. If you're choosing to use the Google form, please plan to submit that by January 27th. Starting on the 27th, students, you will be called down through your English classes to meet individually with your counselor to review and revise your registration decisions. You'll have an opportunity to ask questions, to revise your choices. And parents and families and students, please know, again, as I said in the beginning, that the counseling team is here to support you throughout this process. We want you to feel comfortable, empowered, educated, and ready to make confident, good choices for next year. So we are making ourselves available to you. We can meet with you on Zoom. We can talk on the phone. We can email. Just reach out to your counselor and we will set up a time to talk to you if you have questions that you would like answered. And I'm going to skip that. We're going to, it's just about 8 o'clock. So I want to invite you to join a bunch of our elective teachers who are here tonight of their own choice to spend some time with you if you'd like to hear more about any specific elective programs. I believe the link to the Zoom rooms has been posted. Not really the link, it's a Google Doc that has various teachers' Zoom rooms available on it. You can access that link through the chat. And we invite you to spend some time visiting some of our wonderful elective teachers, hear more about the programs that they teach. And as we go out and off to the Zoom rooms or to our respective locations tonight, I also want to take the opportunity to play for you a brief video that showcases our wonderful performing arts program at Seneca Valley. I'm going to pause it after about a second to make sure you can hear the sound. I learned this lesson last time, but in closing, again, I want to thank you all so much for being here tonight. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking the time and really looking forward to working with you for the remainder of this year. Stay healthy, stay safe, and have a great night.
You're good.
Thank you, everyone. That I think concludes our presentation for tonight. You are welcome to visit the Zoom rooms if you have specific questions for our electives, teachers and staff. If you have other questions, please make sure that you access the registration website and contact counselors for any additional questions or concerns you might have. Mr. Yarmus, did you want to add some final thoughts before everyone exits?
Thanks, Ms. Ramadi. Just want to thank everyone again and echo Ms. Ramadi's comments to please reach out to your counselor if you have any questions. If you're here at school, please stop by in the morning before first period, during lunch, after 8th period, or send us an email and we'll set up a time to talk. Looking forward to working with everyone, and have a good night, everyone.